Want to sell like a pro? Jordan Belfort built a sales empire using one deadly strategy that made him millions. It's called the straight line sales method. Today I'll break it down, and I'll show you how to control any sales conversation, how to handle objections like a pro, and at the end I'll reveal one trick Belfort swears by that instantly boosts sales. Let's get into it. The straight line sales method. Belfort's system is built on one golden rule: keep the prospect on a straight line from hello to yes. Bad salespeople ramble or let the customer take control. Great salespeople lead the conversation with confidence. This is Jordan Belfort giving an example.
We have the straight line here, right? And the straight line basically represents perfect sale. This is your open. This is your close, right? You're open here where you first pick up the phone, speak to them, that first word out of your mouth, and then the close is when they say, okay, yeah, let's do it, right? This is your open, that's your close, right? And every once in a while, you get one of those perfect lay down sales where everything you say, everything you do, everything you show the prospect, they're like, yes, oh my God, wow, that sounds great. Yeah, that makes sense. Everything you say, there's no questions, no objections, no concerns, all the way from the open to the close. And when you ask for the order for the first time, they say, great, here's my credit card, let's do it. We all love those, right? In straight line parlance, we call that a perfect lay down sale. It's almost as if the prospect was pre-closed before you even entered the encounter. That's a lay down sale. And it will be great if most of our sales were like that, but they're very few and far between. What typically happens is that your prospect tries to take you off the straight line. They have questions, they have concerns, they interrupt you, they cut you off, they have objections, right? So you have these boundaries here above and below the line. When you are inside these boundaries here and here, you are in control of the sale. That's you being in control of the sale. When you flow outside the boundaries and you go out of control up here to Pluto or down here to your anus, not a very good place to be. I have great handwriting, right? This is probably my best handwriting, by the way. Your anus, right? Not good places to be. So what that really means is when you've lost control of the sale and now you're being more reactive versus proactive. In other words, we must maintain control of the encounter.
The key takeaways from this are: you control the conversation, confidence is more sales, and every step leads to a yes or a close. The three things every buyer needs. Belfort says every buyer needs to believe in three things before they say yes. Number one, they must trust you. Would you buy from someone who sounds nervous? No, you need to project authority and excitement. Number two, they must love the product. You don't sell features, you sell a vision. How does this product change their life? Number three, they must trust the company. If they don't trust your company, they won't buy. Use testimonials, case studies, and brand authority. Here's an example of that.
Name of the company, Aerotine International. It is a cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a next generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications. Our analysts indicate it could go a heck of a lot higher than that. Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000. John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few.
Part 3. Mastering the tonality trick. Belfort says how you say it matters more than what you say. Let's break it down.
Sharp as a tack, enthusiastic as hell, an expert in your field. You got 4 seconds to do it. And how can you do it in 4 seconds? Well, it's not the words. I mean, think about it. What words could you really say in 4 seconds? Hey, John, listen, I'm sharp as a tack. They say, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's nuts. There are no words, there's no magic words. There are the right words to say, but how you really allow that to come across. How that comes across is 2 ways. And the first is through something called tonality, your tonality. There are certain tones that we use. Now, in human communication, in matters of influence, there are 10 that we use again
and again and again. And you watch me do it all night long, whether it's, or I talk with certainty, or I talk with sincerity, or I say, well, you know, it's a pretty reasonable thing to do in the reasonable man tone. There's all these certain tones, and when you use them at the right time, see, right now, you use them by accident. You're like, when you talk, if you feel certain, you talk certain. You can actually use these tone on purpose, and you become incredibly persuasive just by that alone. Because when you use the right tonality, while you're speaking, and this is true of everybody, as I speak, you will narrate against me. You'll say, what the fuck, this guy, is that true? And I agree. But if I speak without tonality, you'll start to narrate. If I use tonality, you'll zero in and say, what does he really mean by that? You start to hook into my tonality, and you give me control. It gives me control when I speak. If I spoke like this, you'd be like, oh my, you'd be out. You'd be talking in your own head. But when I put the tonality on, it forces you to unconsciously consider, what do I really mean? What's he really trying to say? We try to give meaning to the tonality. Does that make sense? Yes?